And then before I start the message, just a couple things I want to catch you up on. Today's really not the day to notice, but we've been growing. And so there's a lot of people out camping and traveling over the 4th of July weekend. But if you've been coming here for any length of time, you know that we're not focused on growth. That's not our target. It's never been our target. It never will be our target. But because of the great things that happen here, people come. And when we came here in 1999, there were 150 people. We quickly grew to where we needed to start a second service, and a few years later, we grew to where we needed to start a third service. And for churches, when they grow, there's some options you can have. Like we could sell this place and build a bigger place. We can't really. We're landlocked here. We can't really get any bigger in this place. But we don't want to put that burden on the church to have some kind of a big financial campaign. And it's just not, it doesn't sound like it's us. That's not Cornerstone. We don't want to have a bigger building. Another option would be to do have some kind of a satellite somewhere where, you just either broadcast a message or you start a church somewhere else. And we thought every time we began to talk about a solution, we also began to talk about the incredible thing that God did to give us this building. This building was a gift to us in 1999, free and clear. We're still debt-free. But that's awesome, right? But more important to that, I remember when we first came here, it was a mess, and I remember just kind of quietly talking to God, saying, "How can we do anything in this building? It's a mess. It's on a frontage road, cul-de-sac," and God just began to say, "Just trust me." And incredible things happen here. And on a weekly basis, we feel the power of God in this room. And so we don't want to touch this room. We don't want to move. And so the solution we came up with is let's just keep adding services until it just becomes crazy to do so. We thought about, so when are we going to do this? Well, Saturday night was not an option. All the wives, all the spouses thumbed it down, because if you have kids and you do Saturday and Sunday, your spouse is never home. And that's not healthy. That's just not healthy. And so we thought, hey, Sunday, we know of a church in Denver that does a Sunday night. It's very successful. And we think it's successful because in this kind of front range culture, it's very common to go skiing or to go camping. And so you could still come back and be part of a service if you do it later. So we decided to come up with a name called AM/PM. And AM/PM is we're going to go back to 2 services on Sunday morning, 9 o'clock and 10:45. And so you guys are the only ones that really have to think about where to shift, And then PM, we're going to do 5 o'clock and 6:45. You'll still have the same speakers, Brian and I, and our deep bench. How about Gabe last week, huh? Woo! And Aaron, we'll still all be the speakers. It'll be the same speaker on Sunday, so we'll have to do 4 services. Worship teams will probably shift. We'll try and make it as easy as we can for volunteers to not have to overcommit themselves. But we're planning to do this on August 23rd, so it's coming up pretty soon. And we wanted to let you know. We'll let you know every week until August 23rd happens. And I'd love to hear some feedback from you guys about which service you might attend. That last service, that 6:45 service, will be geared more towards young adults. It'll look the same as the other 3, but there'll be some after-service activities going on that people like my age probably wouldn't want to go to because it's already too late. 6:45, 7, yeah, I'm already in bed by then.